Have you ever been told that all cheese is good for you? Brace yourself, because after age 60, the wrong cheese could be quietly wrecking your heart, raising your risk of stroke by nearly 80%, and even slashing your odds of living a long, independent life. The shocking truth is that almost every senior eats these risky cheeses every week, without the slightest clue about the dangers hiding in plain sight. Let me ask, have you noticed your energy dropping, your blood pressure inching higher, or your digestion getting harder to manage as you get older? Maybe you've battled fatigue after lunch, pain in your knees, or worries about losing your independence to a fall or a heart attack. The truth is, these aren't just normal signs of aging. Research suggests your choice of cheese could be speeding up those problems. In one study from the Cleveland Clinic, certain types of cheese doubled the risk of a heart attack in people over 60. And when you combine those hidden effects with everyday aches, joint pain, or sudden headaches after a meal, it's easy to miss the real culprit sitting on your plate. Does this sound familiar? You pick up a familiar cheese at the store because you think it's comforting or natural. Instead, you end up bloated, tired, or fighting off pain you can't explain. Or maybe you've wondered, are there cheeses that are actually good for people our age? The good news is yes. While some cheeses quietly sabotage your heart, kidneys, and memory, others can help you stay strong, independent, and vibrant. The question is, which are which? Some researchers observe that the right cheese can support stronger bones, sharper memory, and even healthier arteries in seniors, while the wrong cheese basically undoes all that work. I remember one client, Janet, who switched the cheese on her sandwich just to avoid stomach pain. 2 months later, she told me she was walking upstairs more easily and sleeping better than she had in years. So today, I'll reveal the 4 worst cheeses draining your vitality after 60, and the 4 best cheeses you absolutely need for mobility, energy, and peace of mind as you age. Which cheese do you eat most often? And where are you watching us from? Drop a comment. We do read every reply and love helping you with personalized tips. This video is for educational purposes only and should not be considered medical advice. Let's begin with the worst offenders that nearly every senior should avoid, starting with something you probably have in your fridge right now. Processed cheese slices look bright and inviting, but for adults over 60, they're a cocktail of hidden threats. You see those smooth, perfectly square slices in plastic wrap and think they're real cheese. But the truth is, less than half of what's inside is actual dairy. The rest, it's a chemical storm of emulsifiers, preservatives, phosphates, and artificial colors your body never signed up for. Let's make this personal. A regular sandwich with just 2 slices of processed cheese delivers more than 600 milligrams of sodium, 1/4 of a senior's entire daily limit. But the real issue isn't the salt. It's the sodium phosphates. Research from Harvard points out these compounds can speed up kidney decline and stiffen arteries, and accelerate the aging of your blood vessels and skin. For anyone managing blood pressure, chronic kidney trouble, or heart issues, these cheese slices can quietly act like fuel on a burning fire. And that's not all. Processed cheese is loaded with gut-disrupting emulsifiers like polysorbate 80 and carboxymethylcellulose. In one study, just small amounts of these chemicals destabilize the healthy gut bacteria that support your digestion, immune system, and even joint health. Have you ever had a flare-up of joint pain, brain fog, or indigestion after a comfort food lunch? Chances are, your gut didn't like what you ate, and those antimicrobial preservatives and artificial colors, like yellow 5 and yellow 6, linked to inflammatory reactions and even cancer risk in decades-long trials, only add insult to injury. You don't see it on the label, but you may soon feel it in your joints, memory, or mood. Even when the packaging claims 0 trans fat, processed cheese is legally allowed to hide up to 0.5 gram in every slice. It sounds small, but over a week or a month, all those hidden trans fats raise levels of LDL cholesterol and crank up inflammation all over your body. Why take the risk? If you're over 60, processed cheese slices are a wolf in sheep's clothing. I tell my own family, swap these out for small servings of real, naturally aged cheese. You'll get more protein and calcium without all the chemical baggage. Still think those slices are the worst? Wait till you hear about cheese spreads. You don't even need to refrigerate. Jarred cheese spreads might look convenient, but for seniors, they're loaded with health traps that can undermine your heart, hormones, and immune resilience. Next time you pick up a jar that proudly boasts no refrigeration until opened, pause for just a second. Real cheese spoils because it's alive. If a dairy product sits stable on a shelf for months, it's not living food. It's a package of chemicals built for profit, not nutrition. These spreads are packed with modified starches, artificial stabilizers, and, in far too many cases, dangerous fats. True story. Many of these spreads still contain partially hydrogenated oils, banned in several countries because they fuel heart disease. Even those labeled trans fat-free often substitute with interest-aerified fats, which, according to some recent studies, may be just as harmful to your heart and metabolism. And the salt, over 500 milligrams in just 2 teaspoons. Who actually stops at only 2 teaspoons? And all that sodium doesn't just come from salt. Preservatives and artificial flavor enhancers layer on even more strain to your kidneys and heart. But here's the hidden issue almost no one talks about. Jarred cheese spreads frequently contain MSG or glutamate-based flavor compounds, often disguised as natural flavors or yeast extract on the label. For some sensitive seniors, this single ingredient can trigger headaches, anxiety attacks, and even irregular heartbeats. Add on artificial colors and phthalates, hormone disruptors, leaching from plastic packaging, and the risks become even more real. Research has linked phthalate exposure to higher rates of diabetes, hormonal problems, and even some cancers over time. Some researchers observed that people who eat these processed cheese products regularly show higher rates of heart disease, diabetes, and obesity. For seniors who already face higher risks, each bite adds stress that the body can't afford. If this worries you, you're not alone. One of my clients loved spreading these on crackers for a quick snack, until her doctor flagged rising blood pressure and hormonal swings. Swapping to natural, aged cheeses had her feeling more energized within weeks. You might be wondering, is shredded cheese any safer? Let's talk about that next. Pre-shredded cheese in bean seems like the ultimate time saver, but it may be quietly undermining your digestion, immune defenses, and even your joint health. The trouble starts with anti-caking agents like cellulose. Yes, that's actually wood pulp or potato starch. These totally indigestible fibers coat every shred of cheese, and for people over 60 with delicate or slower digestion, they can build up, leading to excessive bloating, irregularity, or even poor mineral absorption. If you've ever felt surprisingly full or bloated after a sprinkle of shredded cheese, now you know why. But there's more. Almost every bag contains natamycin, a synthetic antifungal agent manufactured to prevent mold. While regulators consider it safe, it's actually an antibiotic. Regular exposure, even in these small amounts, can gradually disrupt your gut microbiome, the same bacteria that regulate your immunity, inflammation, and even mood. Studies suggest that a weakened microbiome raises your risk of infections and flare-ups of chronic inflammation outcomes seniors cannot ignore. And then, the issue of nutrient quality. Pre-shredded cheese often starts with lower-grade milk that may be higher in hormones or residual antibiotics. The shredding process increases the surface area, which means more rapid oxidation, nutrient loss, and even greater risk for bacteria contamination. Several listeria outbreaks, even among major brands, have been traced back to pre-shredded cheese. Have you noticed headaches, rashes, or digestive upset after eating pre-shredded cheese? You're not alone. The higher histamine levels caused by prolonged storage in plastic can set off skin flares, migraines, and even anxiety in those who are sensitive. For seniors hoping to safeguard their energy, immune function, and bone strength, the bag of shredded cheese is simply not worth it. Buy real cheese in a block and grate it fresh. Not only will it taste better, but it will melt perfectly and provide nutrients without chemical interference. Ready for the worst culprit of all. Many people still believe this next cheese is a gourmet health food, but it's actually the most dangerous for seniors. Blue cheese is famed for its tangy taste and sophisticated reputation on cheese boards, but for adults over 60, it's a perfect storm of health risks. The trouble with blue cheese begins at the microscopic level. It's stuffed with tyramine, a chemical that, in younger adults, is broken down without much trouble. But for seniors, tyramine can cause sudden, dangerous spikes in blood pressure, even more so if you're taking certain antidepressants or Parkinson's medications, called MAO inhibitors. Some researchers observed that in people over 60, tyramine intake from blue cheese can propel blood pressure so high that it increases the risk of stroke or heart attack, even if you feel fine beforehand. Have you ever had a severe headache, pounding heart, or dizziness after eating a special treat cheese? That may have been blue cheese at work. The blue veins come from penicillium mold, which, during aging, produces mycotoxins. While a small amount may not trouble younger, healthy bodies, in older people whose livers and immune systems are less robust, it's a different story. Over time, these toxins can build up, depressing energy, promoting chronic inflammation, and even causing fatigue, brain fog, or joint pain that mysteriously lingers. Histamine is another hidden problem. Blue cheese has some of the highest levels. If you're sensitive, this not only worsens inflammation and sleep issues, but can also trigger headaches, gut cramps, or skin outbreaks. Pair that with 400 milligrams of sodium in just 1 ounce, plus high levels of the saturated fat palmitic acid, shown in some studies to worsen inflammation more than other fats. And you have a cheese that quietly sabotages blood pressure, heart health, and joint comfort. Perhaps most disturbing is blue cheese's potential to hide spoilage. The strong flavor and smell mask harmful bacteria that would warn you in other cheeses. For seniors, food poisoning can quickly escalate into a dangerous situation. Bottom line, blue cheese offers little for seniors' health compared to the very real risks. If you're over 60, this is one cheese to skip completely. Now that you've seen the 4 worst, let's change direction. What if you could eat cheese that actually builds stronger bones, protects arteries, and boosts the microbiome that guards your digestion and immunity? Let's move to the 4 best cheeses for seniors to enjoy every day. Aged Gouda is a cheese that changes with time for the better. Unlike most cheeses, aged Gouda matures for at least 18 months, which unlocks a health-boosting transformation ideal for seniors. Its long aging breaks down large protein molecules into smaller peptides, making the cheese almost pre-digested. For seniors, whose digestive enzymes naturally decline, aged Gouda delivers protein that is much easier to absorb, fueling tissue repair and muscle maintenance with minimal digestive strain. This is especially meaningful if you've ever felt sluggish after a cheesy meal in the past. But what truly sets aged Gouda apart is its rich deposit of vitamin K2, a nutrient that acts like a traffic controller for your calcium. Without K2, calcium can slip into your arteries, stiffening them and raising heart attack or stroke risk. With K2, calcium is sent into your bones where it belongs. One study from Japan found people with high K2 intakes had up to 50% less arterial calcification and far stronger bones, a game changer for fracture prevention. Gouda also naturally contains CLA, a fatty acid that supports metabolism and immunity, and postbiotics produced by beneficial bacteria, which help calm inflammation, regulate blood sugar, and support the gut-brain axis. If you avoid dairy because of lactose, good news, the aging process removes almost all lactose from Gouda. For most seniors, even those sensitive to milk, aged Gouda is well tolerated and free from bloating. Savor Gouda in 1 ounce servings, letting it warm to room temperature for flavor and absorption. Pair it with whole grain crackers or apple slices. The fiber slows digestion and boosts the cheese's nutritive effects for your gut bacteria. Let's move now to the next powerhouse, Authentic Parmesan, or Parmigiano Reggiano. This isn't the shelf-stable powder in the green can. Authentic Parmigiano Reggiano is handmade, aged up to 32 months, and protected by generations of tradition. Think of it as an edible multivitamin, gentle on the stomach and perfect for seniors. 1 ounce has about 10 grams of highly digestible protein thanks to the aging process, which breaks those proteins into amino acids and peptides, ideal for muscle repair and collagen formation. Most remarkable, almost all the lactose is gone, making it suitable even if you're lactose sensitive. But the calcium is where Parmesan shines. Unlike many supplements that barely absorb, the natural calcium to phosphorus and magnesium ratio in real Parmesan means nearly every milligram is locked into your bones, not your arteries. At about 330 milligrams per ounce, Parmesan is one of the most bone-protective foods a senior can choose. The benefits don't stop at bone strength. Parmesan contains natural mood boosters, casomorphins, which help calm anxiety and improve sleep, and tyrosine, which the brain uses to generate focus, energy, and motivation. Some seniors notice a lighter mood and sharper memory, simply from eating authentic Parmesan a few nights a week. For gut health, Parmesan delivers too. Its fermentation retains a probiotic punch, feeding healthy gut bacteria and supporting immune function essential for seniors who want to keep inflammation and infection at bay. Enjoy Parmesan by breaking it into crystalline chunks and savoring a 1 ounce serving after meals. A few drops of aged balsamic vinegar, as Italians do, can boost digestion and help your body absorb its minerals. Now let's raise the stakes even higher with a cheese that starts on open pasture, grass-fed raw cheddar. While supermarket cheddar often disappoints, raw, grass-fed cheddar is a nutrient-dense gift for anyone over 60. Crafted from the milk of pastured cows and aged at least 60 days, grass-fed cheddar is loaded with omega-3s, CLA, vitamin A, D, E, and, most importantly, the MK4 form of vitamin K2, the most powerful at protecting your heart and bones. Compared to regular cheddar, grass-fed raw cheddar has up to 5 times more CLA, higher omega-3s, and far more bioavailable fat-soluble vitamins, which means improved heart health, sharper vision, and better skin repair. For seniors acutely aware of bone and artery health, the MK4K2 content helps direct calcium safely, reducing the risk of both fractures and arterial hardening. But what truly sets it apart? Its probiotics and natural enzymes survive the minimal processing, supporting smoother digestion, a healthier microbiome, and research suggests even improvements in mood and cognitive resilience. For seniors, this can mean less bloating, more regularity, and sharper memory with every serving. Eat raw cheddar at room temperature, ideally paired with fermented foods like sauerkraut or pickles. This combo vaults your gut health defenses, supporting immunity and reducing internal inflammation. Keep your daily serving to 1.5 to 2 ounces, and avoid cooking it at high temperatures to preserve the living enzymes and beneficial bacteria. Are you ready for the best of them all? Let's discover the masterpiece of senior nutrition, Swiss Gruyere. Gruyere, made from the milk of alpine grazing cows, has an unmatched nutritional profile tailored for the needs of aging adults. Its unique fermentation process relies on Propionibacterium bacteria, which form the classic holes, but more importantly, create propionic acid. This compound is linked to lower inflammation, improved cholesterol profiles, and even cell protective effects. Gruyere is one of the richest dietary sources of vitamin B12, crucial for seniors since our ability to absorb B12 drops with age. If you've ever felt unexplained fatigue or blurry concentration, B12 deficiency is often to blame. Gruyere helps correct that. But Gruyere's true superpower is supporting glutathione production, the master antioxidant that declines as we age. Without enough glutathione, our bodies are far more susceptible to stress, inflammation, and disease. The amino acids, especially cysteine and glycine in Gruyere, can naturally restore glutathione levels, providing inside-out protection for your heart, nerves, skin, and brain. Seniors also benefit from Gruyere's easy-to-digest protein. Its long aging breaks down proteins into small peptides, making muscle repair easier, ideal for fending off age-related muscle loss or sarcopenia. Swiss researchers have even found that adults who regularly eat Gruyere maintain muscle better than those getting their protein from meat alone. And with plenty of calcium, phosphorus, zinc, and selenium, its minerals guard your bones, joints, and immune resilience. Gruyere also contains natural lactopeptides, a rare group of compounds shown to lower blood pressure during human trials. For anyone battling hypertension, Gruyere is more than just a flavorful treat. It's a tool for cardiovascular support. To enjoy Gruyere, let it gently melt into soup or serve it on warm, whole grain bread. Avoid boiling so the nutrition remains intact. Pair it with vegetables or fiber-rich grains for better digestion and added mineral benefit. Savor 1 to 1.5 ounces daily, plenty to receive all its health gifts. To recap, not every cheese earns a spot on your plate after 60 miles. Processed cheese slices are loaded with phosphates and gut disruptors. Jarred spreads are sodium bombs steeped in artificial oils and hormone disruptors. Pre-shredded cheeses hide chemical agents and offer less usable nutrition. Blue cheese brings dangerous blood pressure swings, mold toxins, and inflammation-fueling compounds. But with the right cheeses, you transform your meals into powerful tools for better bones, fewer aches, stronger immunity, and even a brighter mood. Aged Gouda bestows K2 for bones and arteries. Parmigiano Reggiano delivers easy protein and maximum calcium. Grass-fed. Raw cheddar bathes your body in anti-inflammatory nutrients and probiotics. Gruyere reigns with muscle building, heart-protecting superpowers. Now I want to know, which cheese will you be choosing the next time you shop? Are you ready to swap a chemical cocktail for a superfood that makes you stronger? After 60 bone. Share your stories or questions in the comments below our community, and I are here to support you with real answers. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more tips on living a healthy and vibrant life after 50 bone. If you've ever felt tired or struggled with bloating after 50 alch, this channel is for you. And check out our next video on reversing insulin resistance to go even deeper. Your choices today are the real secret to staying independent, sharp, and energized tomorrow.